Namaste, Atmiya Yoga Mitras. Today we have reached to the 21st episode of Kapi with a yogi, Kashaya and a personal interaction with a yogi. And today being the International Day of Yoga, we are so fortunate to be with the man who made this International Day of Yoga, the architect of this day, none other than our Puja Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendra Guruji, who is with us today. We are so blessed and fortunate, Guruji, that on this yoga day, that we are with you, hearing from you the yogic insights of you. So thank you so much for your kind blessings for all our viewers who are watching this. Just I would like to ask you that 2015, in fact 2014, much before the official declaration of Yoga Day, you had kind of organized, and you and Swami Amrita Suryananda, you gave the push to this movement all over for this Yoga Day, and then thanks to our Prime Minister Modi ji, he took it to the UNO and brought it to what we are seeing today. How do you see the Yoga Day of 2015 when huge amount of people were participating in the Rajpath in Delhi, whereas this year the scenario was totally different in 2020. So how do you see the Yoga Day 2015 and 2020, Guruji?
Yeah, it is interesting. When we had the first International Day of Yoga in Delhi, in the Rajpath, our Prime Minister made a remark that Rajpath has been converted into Yogapath, and it had the Guinness World Book of Records at that time. And since then, the number is increasing, and Swami Ramdev's record, probably almost 1 lakh of people practicing together. Now, the COVID has given us an opportunity to do it in a totally different way. So, people staying home, they can do the practices, they can hear, and thanks to modern technology, this has been made possible. So, with least efforts to bring all the people into a place and transport and all other things, this is a very unique opportunity that has been created by the COVID. So, this time we expect there should be much more participation of the people from all over the country and all over the world, because it's very easy now. Staying home, you can hear the wonderful lecture of our Prime Minister in the morning, 6:30 to 7, and then they can do the practice along with others in front of the TV, in the houses itself, and in the comfort of the house they can do that. So, this is something very different, very unique and very easy, and therefore we hope that crores of people are going to do this practice this year.
That's so nice, Guruji. In fact, your mission has been always to make yoga a socially relevant science. People, it has to go to every common man. I think this is the best time that we are able to reach to every walk of life. People can do it. I'm sure this year, though the scenario is different, but we are going to have huge number of participation for sure, Guruji. Very nice. And one thing I want to know from you, just today we have launched the Vivekananda Yoga University at USA. That's a land where Swami Vivekananda went and make this epoch-making speech also. So that's a wonderful milestone achieved by the whole worldwide Vyasa movement, and for the whole yoga community, it is a great celebration that such a first ever yoga university outside India which has been started. And you were the person who started the Yoga University, even in India, for the first time. It's the only successful university which has been running for now more than 1.5 decades. So, in those days when people in the field of yoga, all gurus were only thinking of ashrams and their own parampara and everything. So, it is you who made a difference in the field of yoga, taking yoga from ashram to academia. So how did you think of this? Was it like a long-term plan that you had, a vision that you had, or was it a vision which Swami Vivekananda gave you all of a sudden in a dream he came and gave you? How did this idea of making the yoga university came to you, Guruji?
One thing which is very interesting, that one Narendra brought yoga the world over in the Parliament of Religions in Chicago in September 11th, and another Narendra came and gave the same talk in the UNO and made it go around the world. Something very interesting. And then after the IDY, he said that it should not be just one day celebration, but it go entirely into our education system itself.
Very true.
Unless it goes into the education system, the transformation will not happen. And therefore, he urged the Ministry of HRD to see that it goes everywhere. NCT came forward, NCERT came forward, UGC came forward, and we all as yoga masters sat together to prepare the syllabus and other things. So, it will go into the academic system, and that is what he promoted. And this is what we wanted right from beginning, because Swami Vivekananda had given this direction that this dimension of yoga should go into the education system, because our present education system essentially is bread earning education. So, the man making dimension should come in. So, right from beginning in 1976-77 when I was in Vivekananda Kendra, this vision was brought forth, and Sri Eknathji Ranade, who was the thing, he said that let us start off with the primary, middle school levels, and the Arunachal Pradesh was the main target, which was to be transformed into bring them to the mainstream, and we started this entire thing at those levels, and that was the experience we had. But at that time we had the dream that we should go into the whole education system. Then in 1991, when the UGC asked us to start that in various university campuses, we did that in 7 campuses, and that is how there was great dimension of coming up. And then came our university, and we had the biggest challenge. 2002, we had to prepare totally all new syllabus, lesson plan, and everything has to be brought forth. And therefore, thanks to our Professor N.V.C. Swami, who was here, who was the earlier director of IIT Chennai, as you know, and all of us sat and then worked for almost 3-4 years to develop the syllabus, because start any other university is easy, because already syllabus, lesson plan, everything is available. But here you have to do everything totally new, and we should bring out this dimension. That is how the efforts of 3-4 years brought forth this university, and how we had to bring that normal thing into the academic line to satisfy the rigors and dimensions of the university level. And that all we did, and thanks, it has started growing continuously, and the Inter-University of Yoga Sciences that has been now promoted by the University Grant Commission is going to bring this sort of dimension, total dimension of yoga in all the universities where the departments of yoga are being started. And that is the unique opportunity that has come, and University Grant Commission started this Inter-University Center for Yoga Sciences, as all of you know, and we had launch, and it is going to come up in a very nice way.
Very nice, Guruji. It's very nice to know the journey, how it is not like overnight it got started. Years of hard work put by dedicated team that has made today what we see in the academic field. And this season especially, I'm seeing the Yoga Day coming. Many universities even are doing a lot of webinars on yoga all over. There's a welcoming culture of yoga which is coming up. So all the dedicated efforts you and your team from SVYASA had been doing for years together. At the same time, we see thousands and thousands of students today coming and doing yoga courses. Thanks to all the wonderful efforts of you and wonderful academicians. But when you see in the outside world, like though they do a instructor's course or a master's degree or PhD, I think still clear-cut job opportunities are not very clear. Yoga has been still quite of unorganized, though you have been making continuous efforts through the IYA and various bodies. But still in the field outside, it has been quite unorganized. When you see somebody who's done a YAC is doing the same yoga classes, somebody is doing the PhD also doing the classes. So what is your directive for the yoga community of teachers, how they can take guidance in the career opportunities, where they can go and work, what are the opportunities which are available, Guruji?
It's very nice. Another interesting thing is that we have to bring things from outside, you know. So Vivekananda had to go all the way to United States, to Chicago, to bring this wisdom base. Otherwise, when he went round the whole country, hardly there was any response. But when he came back, he had such a thumping response. Similarly, our Prime Minister was able to bring this from abroad, and therefore everybody started accepting here and started developing nicely. Similarly, we thought this university should not be only from India, it should be from outside also. And therefore, we thought of bringing out this university in United States, and that's how, after hard work of nearly 4 to 5 years, the BPPE of the California state was able to approve Vivekananda Yoga University, and that's the launch we had on this 13th, and it's going to go further with the dimensions. They approved us for the master's degree. So what is necessary is that we have to bring the entire thing into the academic level and see that people get into the certain standards, and this standardization is very necessary. Therefore, the conglomerate of all the yoga masters all over the world are being consulted, and the WHO has started bringing the standards, and they are going to give these guidelines for people, the first level and the advanced level. Like that they are going to do that. That process is going on, and in the next few months I think it's all going to come up, emerge, and WHO is going to bring this for the health professionals throughout the world. That is one thing that's happening. But once these things come up, then it opens up new job opportunities everywhere. It's into the hospitals, into various sectors, into the thing. And fortunately, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has been able to start these wellness centers, 1.5 lakh wellness centers in the country, to bring in this dimension of prevention and promotion of positive health. And there people will get a lot of opportunity. Already the UP government has started nearly 100 such centers, and our people started getting the opportunities. So this is one big opportunity that is emerging. Similarly, the skill ministry also is very, very keen, and they are trying to bring forth these job opportunities for the people who are not academically processed, but they have to be properly tested and others. So to see that the people who are spread all over the country in lakhs, who have been teaching, has to be brought into certain standards. Therefore, the Yoga Certification Board of the Ministry of Ayush took this task after getting streamlined by the QCI to certify these people. And therefore, some sort of uniformity and standardization is coming up in all the yoga sectors, and once these people get the certified thing, then they will get the opportunity to go into any of the government sectors, into the hospitals, into the wellness centers, into the spas, everywhere. And most of the doctors want certified people in this field of health professional. Unless you have the proper standardized things and well trained people, it will be very hazardous. Therefore, we have to do these things. And now the new challenge is people started teaching by the online mode.
Yes, exactly. I was
So,
about to ask about it. Yeah, Guruji.
New dimensions of the standardization of the ODL is being prepared, and our NIMHANS, our Dr. Professor Arthi and other team has brought out the specifications and also the guidelines as to what people should do when they do the online thing. Is being brought
Because
out.
now suddenly the situation brought that everybody have gone into online, but there is no proper guidelines of what to do, how to do, and everything. That's where really expert guidance is very much needed, Guruji. So it's
That's why we have formed a team, and with these things again we are trying to bring these guidelines, particularly starting with the yoga therapy people, because that's where dangers can come. If you are not standardized and you do that, it will be very hazardous. That's what first we are doing. Then we bring these dimensions of guidelines of online mode teaching to other things also.
Very nice, Guruji. It's interesting to know. I'm sure that is going to benefit a lot of yoga teachers community, because they are really in a kind of uncertainty. At one side, it's encouraging, they're doing online course. But same time, what will happen if somebody is old and they are therapy participants, it is very difficult for them to do. That's a very good move that you have taken. And one more thing, just I wanted to know, I was quite curious to know that each yoga traditions what we have, the greatness of India is everybody have their own uniqueness to contribute to the the field of yoga, the Yoga Vangmaya. So that way when we see SVYasa, definitely see SVYasa has been kind of one unifying force, bringing all paramparas together and doing the scientific evidence-based research and giving it to the world is one uniqueness what our university has been doing. And same time standardizing them and producing academic courses. Same time, like you have been one of the great yoga masters of our time, bringing wonderful dimensions added to the yoga field. So that way, when you see, what do you think as a unique yoga traditional components, the practices in terms of practices, are these the unique contribution of SVYasa? For example, I remember that cyclic meditation, what is something which is now though world over people are doing, but this is the place from where it got started. Likewise, I know that you have developed wonderful advanced techniques for various koshas. Just I want to know from you about all those different dimensions added to the yoga.
See, on one side, when we bring all the people together on a common platform like Indian Yoga Association, there should be some common ground, set of common practices and certain theoretical things that should all come up. Right. But then there should be specialities. Just like when a person goes for MBBS, they will all be common thing. But afterwards he goes for the specialization. Similarly, there can be specialization. So, and each of the universities and each of the organizations have their own specialities and uniqueness in their own modalities. and these people had to be encouraged and see that specialties and super specialties develop in their own field. Similarly, in SVAS also we are specializing in research, as you know, and using the research dimensions we develop the proper dimensions which are helpful in dealing with the therapy. Our specialty is yoga therapy, and through the Arogya Dhama, where we have nearly 400 beds, we have been able to bring these dimensions of special techniques, advanced techniques and all these things to deal with different ailments. Our first book on yoga for common ailments was the eye opener for the people at large in the world. 1991 we brought out this book under the London, and then it was published in London, Sydney and also in New York simultaneously. It went into several languages. Wow. In that we have given the entire dimension of the 18 different NCDs as to how yoga can be put forth. That brought some sort of standardization, and everywhere they took that as the main base text for their practices and the theory, integrate approach of yoga therapy. And this is how it started off, and now it has grown to much higher things, and the International Association of Yoga Therapists in the United States also are promoting this in a big way, and the YCB also is scaling up, and IYA is going to build up these things, and the YO is going to be the key factor of bringing this into the academic higher education system. This is how we have to bring gradually the standardization at all levels and see that the specialization also should be promoted. Exactly. It will go into specialities and super specialities in the field of yoga. One can specialize only on the diabetes, and go deeper and deeper and deeper research and other things, specialization. Another person may be in the heart problem, the respiratory system, like the different specialization, just like in the modern medical world. This also should come up. That is how it is going to emerge. And ultimately, it is the integration, the integrated healthcare delivery system is the key essence. That is the emerging thing that is happening. Along with allopathy, we have the Ayush systems. Particularly, yoga is the first which can be easily adopted everywhere. People have started taking yoga therapy as a part of these things. But gradually, all other systems like Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani also are going to come and see that we have an integrated healthcare delivery system that is going to come up.
Very true, Guruji. In fact, you have been always telling this integration is very important. The IAYT, what we practice in Arogya Dhamma, is also called integrative approach of yoga therapy. So, do you think in the future of medicine, somebody goes to a medical college and he is going to learn there the same course, allopathy, Ayurveda, yoga and Siddha and other traditional medicines all at the same roof? Is it going to be kind of the future, Guruji?
That's our dream. Yeah. But at present, what we are going to do is we train the allopathy doctors into yoga therapy and Ayush things, and similarly Ayush doctors should be trained in the modern medical system. That is what we started a few years back, and we have this MD in yoga therapy. Correct. And these people are getting these things, getting trained in all different hospitals, and people who are MBBS and they get trained in yoga therapy and other dimensions. This is how it is going to start off, this is what we are doing. But ultimately, as you said, that we start the graduate level itself, the integrated thing. Yeah. For that, we have to get the permission, and the regulatory body has to approve this thing. It is going to take time, but the direction is there, and our Naddaji, the Minister for Health and Family Welfare, is very keen. He has been telling that, and he said, now I have put forth the Ayush wing in every AIIMS. Wow. In all the All India Institute of Medical Sciences throughout the country. Now a wing has been done, they have created the opportunities, and then there is going to be the Ayurveda, yoga, all these things are going to come up, and gradually it is going to merge together and meet the challenges which are there and see that it comes together as a real integrated thing. And COVID has really promoted this dimension of integration, and therefore people have started accepting, because there is no solution to COVID today in the allopathy. This is what is happening.
Very nice, Guruji. In fact, we see even in other countries, for example, in England and all, people have started practicing yoga, especially in this COVID season. Even the parliamentarians who get affected with COVID, they are able to do the Ayush system and they are able to come out. Very nice, Guruji. In fact, more than 4 decades of yoga research, which you have been pioneering, spearheading from SVASA. And I'm sure our publications are nearing around thousands of papers which would have come by now. What do you think is the best research which we have so far produced, Guruji? So far, everything is the best. I know the Stop Diabetes movement, wherein diabetes, what we have done, the cancer research, of course, and MD Anderson cancer research in Texas. So everything unique. But if we ask Guruji, what is the best that which you feel as the best?
In the field of asthma, that we did was most cost effective. We did not have anything, we did not have lab and others. Still, it came up and into the big journal like the BMJ, 1986. That still is the best. But however, we are going deeper and deeper. As you rightly said, cancer research is a major contribution, and bringing diabetes throughout the thing as a scaled up model in the Nintrita Madhaveha Bharat is good thing. And then now the Antarctica project that we took up also is very unique, in which we have been able to show that the genes that are getting expressed are very, very unique, bringing dimensions of the Antarctica, and the gene studies are shaping up in a very big way, and that's the direction that's happening there.
Very good, Guruji. In fact, today, thanks to your efforts, that yoga has, take a professional dimension than from just, we had sadhakas, practitioners, so many are able to get their livelihood. They are able to, at full time, they are able to do it and they are able to take their livelihood. But at same time, do you think that because of this, in those days when people, when they came to ashramas like Prashanti, studied, and when they went back, the seva, you always put forth Tyaga and Seva, the twin ideals of India, as put forth by Swamiji. You have been always promoting that. But today, after the university and a lot of courses started coming, so is professionalism definitely getting added? That's required, as you said, because we do not know, because we are losing slowly the paramparas and the originality. So professionalism, like in medicine, other field, is required. Same time in yoga also, we see at some time somewhere outside westernization, all those things, commercialization is something which is coming up, Guruji. So what do you say about that? Because we want your guidance in this aspect.
So it's also necessary to make it scale up and come into the professional level and develop the whole thing. And as our Prime Minister always said, that you have to bring it from yoga in the ashrams down to the academic level into the professional level. Naturally, in the academic level, people are trained, but in the field of the professionalism, you have to have that proper commercialization dimension, because economics plays an important part. Therefore, we don't have to worry that people are making money, because Krishna himself says, who are the four types of people? Artho, Jignasura, Artharthi, Gnani, Chabarsarshabha. Artharthi is the person who is essentially business oriented, making money. Okay, let them do, nothing wrong in that. At the same time, you maintain the dignity and the tradition and the holistic vision of yoga has to be brought forth. That's what we have to bring in the context. And Swami Ramdev has done it so wonderfully well, and all great masters like Jagi Vastev and then our Shishi and other people are doing it to bring this into the world at large through their media and through this sort of commercialization dimension without losing the essential dimension. It's also very necessary in the world today. Therefore, our PM is very keen that you have to go into this direction also, otherwise it will not grow the way that it's going.
Very true. One more thing I would like to add is, like in those days, decades back, when we see yoga was based on the yoga darshan of Patanjali. Separately, people were practicing. Vedanta was something based on the Brahma Sutra. Upanishad, somebody separately practicing. I think you brought the integration of bringing yoga and Vedanta together. The four dimensions of yoga, the four streams of yoga together in all the academic programs, even in the ashram life which we experience here. So in that, one of the wonderful dimension which I have seen that you have contributed is the concept of happiness analysis, it could be, or the concept of energy model and all those things. So which have added, today I see somebody presenting some paper at some other conference, but they would be quoting this, but it is you who had brought it. Even Panchakosha, something which Patanjali has not spoken in the Yoga Sutras, which is how you brought this. So how did you develop these insights, Guruji? Your sadhana definitely had helped you to do that. So we want to just know about these things, because these are something which uniquely, today everybody is speaking about it, no doubt, but it is Guruji who had started this. It is Vyasa which have started this Panchakosha Atmaka Viveka. And
it's all by the Swami Vivekananda's whole teachings which are there, in which he brought and codified the entire yoga streams into four streams, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, in which he enshrined this dimension of holistic thing and the integration. And he said, use any one or two or more, all of these, and be free, he said. Therefore, he gave the entire dimension which we are replicating and then developing in the scaled way. And the question now comes whether we have to use this dimension for yoga competition. It's discussed in great detail, and this is a dream of our Swami Ramdev. He has been emphasizing one great contribution of India will be to bring yoga into the competition level. But our Indian Yoga Association, GC, we all said that yoga should not be made competitive, but we can always use the asanas. Therefore, we set up the Federation for Yogasana competition, And Swamiji's dream is that we should go into the Olympic level. Just like we have got all other things, this Yogasanas also should go into the Olympic level. And now we have set up this confederation, the associations in national level and also international level, and set up and promoted by Ministry of Ayush and headed by Swami Ramdev Ji. So, we are all working together to take it further, and because of the COVID it has been slightly delayed, but once it comes out then we are going to be having the things, and still some people are thinking we should do online competitions also. So, our Ministry of Ayush has said, okay, you can prepare the videos and send, and this has to be promoted in a big way today also. Dr. Baswaraji was telling that we should do these things and send, and that will be judged, and then they will get a special prize and others. Similarly, organizations who promote these things in a big way also can be given the platinum and the gold and the silver and other things they announce, and you should promote this thing and send all these details to people at large. They should see the website of Ministry of Ayush and see that this is done. So, a lot of grand things are happening.
But Guruji, but in yoga, the uniqueness has been the Guru Sishya Sambandha, the Parampara. We all, you're our Guru. When we come and sit with you, that gives a lot of transformation when we do. But this online, when we do all those things, that Guru Sishya Sambandha will not be there. And
in fact, it is the reverse. In fact, when I am taking class or big class of 100 people, 200 people, then they don't have that much of this thing. Now, people who have this, they have got single, and we are teaching individually as if they are one to one it is happening. So, this is what our Kamlesh from AOL was telling me, that earlier it was happening, but now everybody says we are getting private tuition from you.
It looks as if Guruji is speaking for us, particularly teaching for me.
And I can ask the question and then have the answer from there. So, it is coming more towards the Upanishadic dimension.
Guruji, today we all know you as our Guru, and you are not just the Guru for our people. You are Guru for the entire yoga world. Whole yoga world accepts you as our Guruji, and we are so proud that we are all your Sishyas. But from where did this the evolution of Guruji started? You were a scientist at NASA, working with aerospace and all those things. So, was this yoga with you since then, or how did this dimension of yoga that added to your life, Guruji?
We started with a PhD program, the research. We started questioning as to what is the real purpose of research, and search for reality is the goal, but whether going in the right direction. This is what we started thinking and then brainstorming when I was in Institute of Science in 63, 65, 70, like this. And at that time, we all came to know that modern science is only fathoming one portion of these things, only the physical thing. We have to do a lot of things. And where is this knowledge available? It's all in the Upanishads, in the Vedas, and our ancient seers have been able to do this, and therefore we have to do this thing. That's how my interest grew in 60s, and started studying and then talking to the people, and then also studying the Sanskrit and dimensions. And I went to the Sanskrit college to study in a regular way, in a systematic way, and then started getting these degrees and other things in the Sanskrit. And then I was able to see that tremendous amount of wisdom that is available in the Upanishad. Now, as I start guiding a lot of PhD students, we have this portion, and I find that what we know is a small speck in the ocean. Such fantastic knowledge base is available in our ancient scriptures. They have gone into such great levels, and see that it goes, That's how the things are expanding, and we have to unravel all these mysteries for the benefit of the people. That's how the whole thing emerged and started coming into this thing. And we are all in the process of only sadhana. We are all sadhaks, and we exchange things and we share some of the things and others, and people should do that. And we should not claim that we are great gurus of the whole thing, word, and everybody should follow. Yes, it's good sharing is necessary, and people should learn, and we have to go into the tradition, understand the great depth that they have in these things. So, if you can inspire a lot of people to study these dimensions and go deeper and deeper, then it's going to emerge. And what the medical world has done, science has done, with such tremendous amount of this, there are so many thousands and thousands of journals which are there. If you take each journal, there is such tremendous knowledge base, all available in the Google today. Similarly, we should have all these dimensions coming up. Anything that you haven't, you go deeper and deeper. This should be the direction for that.
Very nice, Guruji. In fact, one last thing, today the world reveres you as the Guru of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So we are so, we take very lot of pride in that aspect. So how do you look at Modi, our Prime Minister, who has added a wonderful dimension to yoga, and thanks to his efforts that it is spreading worldwide. So I would like to hear from you about the Prime Minister and his efforts on yoga, Guruji.
He has become the role model for everybody, for all the yoga teachers and gurus also. For me also, he is my role model. That's how things have changed. How he has been able to incorporate this into the entire thing, into the politics, into the tremendous energy production. How he does, it's an amazing thing for everybody. And he says it's all due to the yoga dimension which is incorporated. For him also, he is Swami Vivekananda is his guru in that sense, and he is imbibed. So in a sense, we are Guru Bhais. That's it. We are friends. I am not the guru. But
That is your humility. Last one, I have a rapid fire. I will ask a quick question, and we want your sharp bullet answers, which you always would give. I'll just try randomly just ask something which is connected to yoga and everything, and we want you. You talk about cyclic meditation, stimulation, relaxation. So, what is your stimulation? What is your relaxation?
stimulation is the helping the world at large. Look at the challenges and give the solution for that.
Your relaxation.
Relaxation is creativity and calming down of the mind.
Very nice. The yoga day. What would you say about the yoga day?
Yoga Day is a tremendous achievement of our Prime Minister, and it should spread everywhere, all over the world.
COVID, Corona.
That's a big challenge which is bringing new dimensions, a paradigm shift that is taking place in the world at large from matter-based approach to consciousness-based approach.
Post Corona.
Post-corona is going to be a complete change in the lifestyle for the people, and technology coming forward to achieve this.
The Ayush.
Ayush is the one that's based on consciousness-based approach and is going to give the directions and solutions to the challenges that we face in the form of NCDs.
Vyasa, S. Vyasa.
Vyasa is going to spread its wings throughout the country, and the Vayu is the associated thing, and we are going to bring this total wisdom base for people all over the world.
Modern yoga. There are a lot of modern styles of yoga like power yoga and all those things. What do you say about it?
These are all nice things to happen, and people should come together and understand the deeper dimensions in all.
Siddhis in yoga.
Siddhis are the ones which have to be explored, and we had the great masters like Swami Rama and other people who demonstrated that, and that has to be done. Intensive practices has to be promoted.
Yoga research.
Yoga research has to go into the deeper dimension, and all the major institutions in our country, the AIIMS and other people should take up this what we have promoted.
Yoga therapy.
Yoga therapy is the wonderful thing, it can go hand in hand, and Ayush Ministry is planning to bring yoga therapy in all the streams.
Wonderful, Guruji. That was so nice to hear from you. Thank you so much for your wonderful time that we had with you. I know how busy you would be on a yoga day. The whole world wants to listen from you, and I'm so glad that you had showered your blessings upon us. And I'm really thankful to you, Guruji, on behalf of the team Yoga Mitra and Know Your Yoga. And all Yogacharyas, I would like to have our humble pranams to you. And
thank you very much. All the best, and continue this good journey that you have started, and let the media shape up these things in a big way to bring in the real dimensions of yoga throughout the world. All the best. Thank you very much.
Friends, so on this International Day of Yoga 2020, it was such a wonderful session of the grand finale, I would say, the 21st episode of Kapi with the Yogi. We had none other than our beloved Guruji, Padma Shri Dr. H.R. Nagendraji with us. It was a great blessing, I would say. In fact, in all these days, for the past 20 days, we had various rivers, the flow of rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, all these 20 wonderful rivers, rivers of knowledge, showers of knowledge, yogic experiences, and along with yoga, with Ayurveda, with Siddha, with naturopathy, and the yogic professional education, and diet, and seva, and various parampara, the traditional aspects of yoga, wonderful things we had to learn from all these great masters. Entaro Mahanubhavam, Antariki Vandanam, Tyagaraja says. All these great stalwarts in the field of yoga came with us and every day shared So I would call this session as Kashaya and Atmiya, personal interaction with the yogi. Atmiyata, they all brought, opened their soul and talked with us. We had fun, we had serious discussions, we had sometimes debates, we had wonderful experiential knowledge sharing from all these great masters, and it was, I think, what we can't get even by doing a course. During all these 21 days that we have learned, so all these 20 wonderful rivers today came and had the Sangama with the great Yoga Sagara of our Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendra Ji. So I would look at this as a Yoga Sangama. In this 21 days, we have done a Yoga Yajna. I am indebted to all these wonderful masters, who have immediately accepted our invitation. And open-heartedly they came to the session and spoke to us. So even in challenging times of this COVID-19, we had this wonderful opportunity. That's what yoga is. What it makes the pratikula to become an anukula. So even though we had all these difficult times, each of the yogic stalwarts spoke about Corona. For example, in each of the last rapid fire question I asked about Corona, everybody gave a positive outlook to it. It's an opportunity for us to do swadhyaya and sadhana. It's an opportunity for us to reframe our own life and take it into a new structure. That's what it is. And this wonderful time that we had is immemorable, and today it was the ultimate that we had Dr. H.R. Nagendra Ji, who is the architect of this new era of yoga, where he brought yoga from ashrama to academia, right? From the Himalayas to the research he brought. He gave from Shastras to science, from Nasa to Vyasa, he made his journey, and today he is really the Yoga Sagara that he is. And therefore, we thank Guruji and all the yoga masters, and I thank each and every one of you. Everybody of each one of the Yoga Mitras, you all took this wonderful learning through all these sessions, and you were sharing your excellent feedback. Sometimes I had very critical observations also. Thanks to my friends, my sisters, Prabha, Pratibha, and Manjunath, and all who had observed critically various sessions and who had shared me various insights how we can improve the conversation and various things. So I sincerely thank them also for all this. And many of you had been asking your questions. I had been sharing about this to various my friends, Sri Narayan, Ashok and Praveen, and all people who had been so helpful. Our own team members, Achala, Rajkumar, and Shivaram, and Durai, and Nagalakshmi, and Praveen, and other Praveen, all had been so helpful in doing this. And of course, if I could make this show without any hindrance for all these 21 days, I had the wonderful support from my brother, Sri Manjunath Murthy of Know Your Yoga. He is doing excellent work in bringing new dimensions in the field of yoga by bringing new short movies and videos. So he has been so helpful in extending this program. I thank him also, and all the team of the Yoga Mitra. The Yoga Mitra is a kind of voluntary coming together of all wonderful yogic souls. I welcome you all to join this voluntary movement of all yoga teachers, yoga sadhakas, and yoga enthusiasts to take this as a mission from all over our Bharat. This Bharata is a yoga bhumi. So let's make yoga reach every doorstep, to every shore. That is our aim. So let's all come together and make this fraternity of yoga stronger with the guidance of all great stalwarts. So I thank you all once again, and we stop here this yajna today, and we would come back again with yet another wonderful show. The experience that we have got will make us to do much more better shows, much more better learning experience. I'm going to come back to you very soon with a new team, with new set of stalwarts that we will meet again. Namaste, Dhanyavad.